Hey sewing friends, so I gotta tell you, I really did enjoy sewing the patina blouse with the sequin collar, and I liked it for two reasons. One is that it's a somewhat intermediate sew because you have cuffs, you have a collar, you don't have a collar stand, but you do have the collar, you have buttonholes and buttons, and then also I was using this sheer fabric that I got from Joann's. This is the right side. I don't know if you can see how sheer it is, but it is a little slippery. So the fabric, along with the, I guess the instructions that, the techniques that you needed to finish it, it was more of an involved sew. It's something where you had to pay attention, and it let me really get, immersed and sort of lost in a nice sewing project. So I found that a lot of fun. And then the second thing I liked about it is that I was sewing something that's a little bit more adventurous, and thus wearing something that's a little bit more adventurous than I would normally wear. And I did wear my blouse to my company dinner on Friday, and I wish I had taken some pictures because I think it would have looked really nice sparkling in kind of the subdued light that we had. But I got a lot of compliments from, my coworkers, and that always feels good. And of course, to non-sewists, they just shower you with these accolades. You made that, really? Oh, that's so good. So, you kind of just have a good feeling about it all around. And so I definitely see myself wearing the patina blouse with the sequins. Again, not just for a nice dinner or a holiday, but I think it can also be dressed down with a pair of jeans. Even my office manager said, you know what, if you get the right pair of jeans and the right shoes, she goes, you can also wear that just, regularly. So I'm really glad that I made it, and I'm really glad that I sort of pushed myself outside of my comfort zone there. And like I said in earlier videos, my theme for 2024 is to really sew garments that express me and my personality, that are more creative, as I said, that are a little bit more adventurous than I normally do. So I'm on the lookout for patterns and fabrics and ideas and inspirations that's a little bit less suburban and a little more attitude. And my friend Jane, she had forwarded me this Instagrammer. She'd introduced me to this Instagrammer. She's not a sewist, but I do like her message. I think her name or Instagram handle or whatever it's called is a woman named George. And she sort of invented this, or, this Sparkle Friday, which I'll tell you about. I guess apparently she, is a lawyer, and she had this very high demanding job, and she has a family, and she's managing people, and she really got to a point where it was just a little bit overwhelming. So she went ahead and took a lesser position, a less stressful position with less responsibility, and she said she sort of found herself being kind of marginalized, almost being more invisible, since she wasn't at that high level where she used to be. And I don't know about you, but I do find that my age, and even my office manager says that women our age, we're invisible. And so to sort of counteract that, to make her really feel good and just more there, she sort of invented her own Sparkle Friday, where she wears just whatever brings her joy on Friday. She likes to wear sequins, and she said it could be like jewelry that's maybe a little shiny or something, but she said it brings her joy, it makes her feel more relevant, it makes her feel like she's showing up for her day. And since she started her Sparkle Friday, she said she did get a lot more people noticed her. And so, here's a picture of her up there, and I want you to, go ahead and look at that outfit. See how she has that camisole in there over a button-up shirt? Just go ahead and remember that, because I'm going to kind of reference that in something a little bit later on. But anyhow, I was thinking everybody should have their own version of a Sparkle Friday. I know Deb, she is one viewer of mine, and she'd emailed me and had stated that she has all these wonderful fabrics, but she's retired, so she really has no place to wear them. And, excuse me, as sewists, we get to go ahead and create who we want to be and what we want to be and sew what we want. And, I think that if we want to wear a nice silk while we watch TV during the day, or while we go about our chores or our shoppings, we should make whatever brings us joy, whatever makes us happy. So I was out and about the other day. I was in the Nordstrom shoe department. I saw this woman, and I really loved her outfit. Now, it's very simple, very basic. It's just a white button-up shirt with a black pair of pants, a pair of black loafers, and then a black kind of purse backpack that she was wearing. But I really liked it. It was very smart, very clean, very classic. And I liked what it said about her, because to me, I don't know her and I didn't talk to her, but just that total look just said that she's confident. You know, I mean, this is the impression I got, that she's very confident, she's very independent, that she feels very relevant in today's world. And you know, whether we like it or not, what we wear often sends a message that people interpret, you know, as to who we are. And so for 2024, I'm really focusing on sewing the garments, using the fabrics, so that the image that I project is telling people what I want them to hear, that they are going to perceive me as I feel I really am, because I don't think I've been doing that much in the past. I think I've kind of been just sort of sewing what's comfortable, what's common in the sewing community, but I haven't really done the sewing to express myself. And so that's what my goal is for 2024. And so I'm kind of working kind of on two levels here. I want to sew my basics because I think it's really important to, in order to build a wardrobe that's cohesive rather than just have a bunch of clothes, I want to build a wardrobe and I need to focus again on the basics. So I want to sew the basics, but then I also want to sew what I call the frosting that kind of, you know, has a little bit more personality. And one of the basics I want it to make, or I need to make, is, you know, the quintessential white button-up shirt. I mean, every stylist, you know, every wardrobe person is going to tell you that we all need a classic white button-up shirt in our wardrobe. But here's the thing, what I think is really cool. It's like, yes, there is power in the white button-up, but we as sewists have the ability to make that more ourselves. You know, if you want to make it more feminine, then you can add a little bit more ruffle on the collar or on the sleeves or cuffs. You could add some pin tucks, you know. You can make it more businesslike. You can make it more casual, and it can be over, you know, as in if you want to make it oversized. And so I was kind of like cruising the internet, just looking for some inspiration, you know, trying to decide what I want to sew next. And you know, I didn't know how to download, so I just had to get my camera and take a picture. So you're kind of going to see the lines from my computer monitor. But I did see this, and I just want to show you the power of the button-up and how confident and fashionable this woman looks just wearing a regular button-up shirt. But then in the next photos, or the next, you know, video I saw, they took it a step further. And, you know, I don't know, I don't think it's a bra that she's wearing on the outside. It's maybe kind of like a corset or something. But I really did like this look. And, you know, it's not the same, but remember George, a woman named George? She was wearing like a camisole over her white button-up shirt. And I had this idea several months ago, so this is what I find really exciting. I had to make a costume for my daughter. She does dance, ballroom dance, and they were doing a show, and she needed like a steampunk outfit. So I had this McCall's 8184. And here you can see, here's the outfit, which does look very steampunk. But here it looks very schoolmarmish, kind of Little House on the Prairie, which again, depending on how you sew it and what fabrics you use and how you style it, you can take something as simple as a white button-up or a t-shirt, and you can very much make it express your personality. You can actually add a little more sparkle to it. So when I was making this for my daughter, I was doing this little corset thing, and it really intrigued me because I remember making it thinking, even back then, like all along, I've always wanted to kind of, you know, sew something a little more creative. I just didn't know how to go about it, and I still really don't, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out. It's either gonna be really good or really bad. But I was thinking that would be really cool to somehow incorporate something like this, not exactly into my wardrobe. So I see that button up, I see this woman wearing that, I know, kind of corsety thing. And so I'm going to try a look like that. I know it's a little bit out there, but I think I can pull it off. So that is going to be not my next project, but the project after that, because as you'll recall on a previous video, I did tell you that I wanted to make the departure dress, you know, from my Talco magazine. So let me show it to you. Yes, because I want a shirt dress, and I was kind of waffling between the Merchant & Mills shirt dress and then this departure dress. And I like this one. It's very flowy. You can see it sort of, you can make it long and flowy. You can make it tunic level or very long and flowy. And then I had originally wanted to make this out of this, I had bought this cotton linen mix, because I love the weight of the fabric. I thought the drape would be really nice on it, and then it just really feels nice. And in my mind, how I wanted to style it with shoes and a bag and everything, it was this, I thought would be a good choice. But then upon reflection, because it is such a flowy dress and it's sort of long, excuse me. Yeah, because it is, as I said, sort of flowy and sort of long, I thought making it in all white, and it might look like I was like kind of part of a cult, you know? So yeah, I went ahead and scrapped that fabric idea. I will go ahead and use that fabric to make the Merchant & Mills, their shirt dress. And I looked on their website. They actually have someone wearing a somewhat kind of white or off-white shirt dress, and I did like the look of it. So I'll go ahead and use that fabric for the Merchant & Mills. And then for my departure at Talco, I did order some fabric, but I'm not going to just yet show it to you. I'm going to actually save this until I'm ready to make it, and I'll open it up on next week's video. But I am excited about the fabric. So if you are on Instagram, you might want to check out A Woman Named George, you know, and I would definitely recommend coming up with your own version of Sparkle Friday. Come up with something that's going to make you feel really happy, that's going to bring you joy when you get dressed every morning. And I'd also recommend that you like and subscribe to my channel, especially if you want to see a lot of creative fashion and a lot of creative sewing this year, because that is my goal for 2024. Thanks so much, guys. I will see you next time.